I'll be discussing 5 things that we have learned in the Premier League over the last month, making this another episode of the Premier League Roundup for April. First of all though, with the season coming to an end, that definitely isn't the end of football this summer, because of course we've got the Euros to look forward to. To keep up to date with all the latest news surrounding the Euros and the squad announcements as they happen, you need to download OneFootball. On OneFootball here, there's a whole section dedicated to Euro 2020. I can see all the fixtures and when they're going to happen. I can see the league tables for each and every group. A news tab here telling us that Harvey Barnes won't be going to the Euros, unfortunately. There's a tab here for stats, so you'll be able to see how all the players are performing when the competition is up and running. And then finally, all the teams that will be at the competition. We can tap onto England here. On the England tab, there's a report here. Southgate admits Euro 2020 is one of England's best chances to win. I'd have to say that I agree. It's all very interesting stuff. So to get access to OneFootball yourself, the link is in the description to download it on your phone. The first thing then that we've learned from the Premier League over the last month is that Kelechi Iheanacho has completely transformed at Leicester City. He's been in incredible form, which really stretches back to March, with 9 goals and 1 assist in his last 7 Premier League matches. And it's a different system that's been implemented by Brendan Rodgers while Iheanacho has been in the side. Instead of the lone striker that Leicester always have when Jamie Vardy's in the team, it's been a striker partnership with Jamie Vardy and Iheanacho. And for Iheanacho, who was struggling to get a game before as the backup striker, I think this is a lot better for him. Before, when he was coming into the team as the lone striker, there was a lot of pressure on him. Before, when they could be so reliant on Jamie Vardy, Iheanacho comes into the team as the only striker. The teammates around Iheanacho when he was the lone striker were maybe trying to force it too much, creating chances solely for him, and I don't really think he could handle that. So what's better with the striker partnership is that it takes that pressure away. The mentality side of things in football can really play a massive part, and it could really just be as simple as that, to have him playing alongside a reliable goal scorer in Jamie Vardy, just to know that the teammates around you aren't purely relying on you to score the goals as you're trying to get used to the Premier League, and has definitely helped him playing alongside another striker in Jamie Vardy. The link up between the two has been really good, with Vardy assisting Iheanacho 3 times. The goals scored by him have been really important for Leicester City in their push to qualify for the Champions League. With matches still yet to play, let's see what his final goal tally will be at the end of the season. Point number 2 discusses one of the biggest stories from the last month, and that is that Jose Mourinho has left Tottenham. I've titled this one Post-Mourinho Tottenham because they've got to do a big rethink of how they're going to progress now. When he came in, there was a lot of faith around Jose and a buzz around the appointment of Jose Mourinho at Tottenham. When he came in, the style of football really changed to what they had previously under Mauricio Pochettino. So now in a post-Mourinho Tottenham, I think they're going to try and go back to what they were before. They brought him in an attempt to win a trophy and get instant success, but it didn't work out. So now without him, I think they'll be reverting to a manager who's a bit more long-term. The appointment of Pochettino at the time was a clever one. They saw a manager with potential, they brought him in, and you could see the change that he made at Tottenham. Season upon season, they were improving. So it will for sure be interesting to see who they bring in next. I don't think it's going to be Erik ten Hag. He seems to have signed a new contract at Ajax. Nagelsmann has gone to RB Leipzig. Brendan Rodgers has ruled himself out. I personally think if they're trying to do a similar appointment to Pochettino, trying to find a manager with potential in the Premier League, they have to go with Graham Potter. If he was to be appointed at Tottenham, it would take a little while for the players to adapt to the different systems that Potter has. I think this would be a real good appointment once his tactical systems and core values get drilled into the players. And for Graham Potter, for him to have a better squad of players than what he has at Brighton, I think we could see him really well. The potential can be seen in that Brighton side, and like I say, I think it's a similar appointment to Pochettino. Let me know what you think in the comments. Graham Potter to Tottenham, would that be a good appointment for the club? The third point then is to talk about Newcastle United, who in the last Premier League roundup I said looked hopeless. And it was true, they looked really poor. However, things have been able to turn around a little bit at the club. It's weird to say that they've only lost 1 match in their last 8 Premier League matches. However, at the same time, it's only 2 wins in their last 8 Premier League matches. However, for their situation in a relegation battle, just getting those draws and points here and there has really helped their position in the league table, stretching away from Fulham. A player which has had a real impact since he's joined the club has been Joe Willock. Steve Bruce has used him as a player to come off the bench and try and make an impact. And that's for sure what he's done. He played 11 minutes against Spurs and scored a goal, 9 minutes against West Ham and scored, and also 26 minutes against Liverpool and scored the equaliser against them. They've finally shown a bit of fight to come back into matches. However, I don't think this makes the situation of Steve Bruce at Newcastle a whole lot better. I still think the Newcastle fans are disappointed with the way that he's managing the club, and I wouldn't say that this makes his position at the club a lot more secure. The fourth point is discussing the title, that Man City have about wrapped it up. However, Man City haven't been as good as they were when they had that ridiculous win streak at the start of the year. The point distance between Man City and Man United right now is quite big. City did really well with that win streak that they had, and they'll be happy that they did because they have been conceding a few more goals than they were before. Previously with City, they were just not conceding many goals at all. However, we've seen a few more go in now. PSG conceded, Villa, Chelsea, Dortmund, Leeds, and Manchester United are a little unlucky that the lack of preparation at the start of the season really had an effect on their points total, because if they did have some sort of pre-season, I think the title race would still be open right now. City's game against Villa, they had to come back from being 1-0 down. They lost the game before that against Leeds United. However, the matches remaining are minimal now, and I don't think United are going to be able to catch up those points with these matches remaining. And then the fifth point is that the top 4 race is still on even as we enter May. The crucial match that was building up to West Ham against Chelsea were able to get that 1-0 win away at West Ham. It puts Chelsea into the top 4 for now. However, Chelsea's fixtures from now until the end of the season are definitely harder. They've still got big matches against Man City, Leicester, Arsenal and Villa on the last game of the season. As well as league matches, they've got the Champions League and the FA Cup matches still to play. So Chelsea take the advantage for now, but it's definitely not over. West Ham are looking at Burnley, Everton, Brighton, West Brom and Southampton as their matches remaining. As pointed out in quite a few of my videos, West Ham's record against these so-called Big Six, or whatever we want to call them now, isn't that good, but in all the other matches they're being able to pick up points. So these matches that they've got remaining are definitely in favour of David Moyes' side. I can easily see this top 4 race going to the final game of the season. Liverpool are also still there in it. Tottenham are just sort of outside, but they are still there. I think top 4 for Tottenham is a stretch, but for Liverpool I think you can still count them in. With relegation maybe looking set, the title looks to be set. Top 4 is all we can play for in May, so let me know what you think will happen in the last month. I recommend that you don't miss out on future videos. Subscribe to Route 1 and like the video if you did enjoy.